What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Amke Podcast, and I'm your host Ali bin Saidi, or you can call me Alice Joe, like on my social media handles. Alright, if you wanna connect with me, check the channels about, and you're gonna find all my social medias handles over there: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok is a thing these days, so yeah, I am on TikTok. All right. I actually don't do introductions, but today it's a live video. I'm sorry if the quality is not going to be as the normal videos. Well, this is live, but I believe YouTube do upload about 8K and HD quality. Yeah. So today video. Well, actually, we started a series of interviewing entrepreneurs and business owners, how they started their journey, their business, and what's the inspiration behind their success. And so, couple of weeks ago, I managed to interview 4 business owners, like 4 young entrepreneurs. They are in their mid 30s and 20s, which is super duper cool. That's what we want. First of all, you got to remember that Amka podcast has a goal, and our goal is to boost you to be the best versions of yourself. You know what I'm saying? By accomplishing what you always dream of accomplish. By achieving what you always think that you can achieve. Because I believe, like I say in every video, I believe everybody was born rich. I believe everyone was born successful. I believe everyone was born great, because I remember what Miles Monroe once said: there is never been a biological mistakes. And this is the video that I'm always trying to upload. I'm always trying to record. I'm always trying to shoot. But well, I'm not really a full-time YouTuber, so I'm sure one day I'm gonna be, and then I'm gonna upload so many videos, because there is so many titles that I need to upload on YouTube, titles that can help you get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So there is never been a biological mistakes. Just remember how many people are born each day and how many people are dying each day. You know what I'm saying? So if we go back, I believe everybody was born successful until you come to this world, and then you got influenced by something that called environment, and the environment changes every single things. They even change your destiny. They change everything, because everything that you will want to do, it's gonna be up to them. Just remember, you were born with 2 parents among your family members, siblings, and everybody, and then boom, they dictate they dictate what you got to do. Everything that you're gonna do is gonna be according to them, and we weren't born the same, but that is kind of manipulation until you get to the point where you get disappointed, until you get to the point where you do what you like, you don't do what you like, you become successful or you don't become successful. That's kind of thing. So I talk with entrepreneurs. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I know time is money, time is everything. I really appreciate that, your efforts, your time. There is one designer, one artist, and two business owners, like they've been involved in the networking and stores, yeah, and eyewear. So I do really appreciate to give me some time to talk to you and to learn more about the things that I didn't know and the things that I'm going to deliver right now. You know, so and here it comes. I made about, it's supposed to be 10 mistakes that entrepreneurs do, 10 mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur, but due to time, I'm shortening it by 5. So it's going to be about 5 mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur. I believe everybody was born with the skills of becoming every type of a person they want to become. So mistake number 1, I see, or we're not gonna call it a mistake, or if you want to become the best entrepreneur, the point number 1 that I picked is people are defining success in a different way. And I remember this quote from Wayne Dyer. He once said, "You will start pursuing the wrong things when you are living on other people's perceptions." You can't live on other people's perceptions, otherwise you're not gonna do you. And remember, when God created you, he created you differently from other people. You know, you have your choices, you have your principles, you have your logics, you have your strengths and your weaknesses. So when you're trying to follow other people, it's not going to work for you, or it might work for you. You know what I'm saying? So the definition of success, according to me, it might be changing according to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to become a best entrepreneur, try to define success according to you, according to what you are doing. You know what I'm saying? According to what value you bring, to every type of business, every type of lessons, every type of courses. Everything that you do, you know. Don't let anyone else come to tell you to be successful, you got to do this. This is how I became successful. Yeah, you can take the advices, but you can't copy everything that they've done. You know what I'm saying? So success is being defined differently. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot when I interviewed one of my friends. He is in the networking business, Herbalife and Forever Living. They make millions, ton of millions of money and stuff like that. And then asking him about success, he's telling you, first of all, people define success in a different way. And his definition of success, it's all about being happy and find yourself. So if you dig down there, yeah, for sure, everybody is fighting to be happy. You know, happiness is the key to almost every single things that we do. You know what I'm saying? If you're not happy, you can't even sleep. You can't. If you're not happy, if I'm not happy, I'm not even going to come here in front of this camera and this microphone and deliver this powerful speech that I'm doing right now. No, I need to be happy. I need to be in a good mood, in a good shape, in a good condition. I need to be healthy to come in front and perform. You need to be happy to do something that you always wanted to do. If you are not happy, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So get back to what he was saying. Happiness is coming as number 1 for him as a definition of success. And number 2, his definition of success, it's all about finding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Finding yourself. That question is always kind of tricky, but I'm not going to dig down right here about finding yourself. But it has a big, significant definition of about finding yourself. You know what I'm saying? So as an entrepreneur, you need to learn more about yourself, about the business that you are in, about the environment, about every situation that can make you successful according to you. not according to someone who comes from somewhere or from nowhere and tell you this is how you got to define success. No, I believe if we go in the street, asking every single person about what's the meaning of success, everyone will give his own meaning of success. Some people, I remember that billionaire woman, Kylie, or those Kardashians, when she became a billionaire, and then she said she can name 100 things of what money cannot buy, you know. But some people, financial freedom is their success. You know what I'm saying? Some other people, it's family. Some other people is having a child. Some other people is losing weight. Some other people is gaining weight. Some other people is eating less. I mean, so many things. What's the definition of success? You got to define your own definition of success. That's the first thing is if you want to become a best entrepreneur, you need to learn how to define your strategies, your logics, your principle, and how to be in your own skin, how to be good in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? I was watching this guy on TikTok, and the guy was really brilliant. I like him so much. I don't know his name, but I have him on my TikTok, and he was saying, so many people make mistakes. Pro athletes, they focus more on their career. Everybody focuses more on their career, but they forget that success is all about balance. It's all about balancing. Okay, you focus more on money, financial freedom. What about your family? What about your girlfriend? What about your kid? What about the best friend that you can have? What about other things? And then boom. So when you make a lot of money, boom, and you become alone in your own world, you don't have anyone. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense sometimes. So you got tons of money, sleeping on a good bed, but you have sleepless nights. So everyone has a definition of success. All right. And point number 2 is losing yourself. You know, this was really sad for my friends. I mean, it was so emotional. Losing yourself. So I remember one day I was scrolling stories up and down on my Instagram, and I saw a dude who took this screenshot that says like motivational speakers, they're always there to tell us, first you need to find yourself. First you need to find yourself. I mean, if you go to churches, it's all like that. Those people keep on preaching. Excuse me. People keep on preaching about finding yourself. I mean, things like that, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you know. And then the guy was like, how about exactly we're going to find ourselves? I mean, this is a good question, but how can we find ourselves? Okay, I'm here to tell you today. Finding yourself, it's simple. Finding yourself, it's super easy and simple. You know what I'm saying? Finding yourself, let's take a definition of finding yourself. As my friend said in the video, I will drop the description down, the link below. He was saying, I was impressing so many people. I was the guy who was around a lot of people, trying to make them happy and forget about my weaknesses and my strength. Like I said before, everybody was born with his strengths and weaknesses. So you really cannot please everyone. You know what I'm saying? And this is all caused by the environment. What you see on the TV, on the smartphone, on the news, on the street, everywhere. You know, you're trying not to impress people. You're trying to be there for the people that will never going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do your best so you can please someone, ladies or females or girls. I mean, like what you're trying to do is like you violate the principle of being on the right side. You know what I'm saying? And by violating that principle, you are going in the wrong direction, my friend. That's the meaning of losing yourself. And the opposite of losing yourself, it's finding yourself. So if you want to find yourself, please don't do those such things. Be yourself. Don't lose yourself. Find yourself. In order for you to find yourself, you got to maintain your tunnel vision. You got to maintain your focus mode. You got to maintain your straight direction. You know what I'm saying? You got to maintain you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you see how you're going to find yourself. You know, it's not about impressing people like you've been working hard so much for your salary month end, and then month end is coming. Oh yeah, I worked so hard. I work so hard. Now I got to hang out with that chick. I got to hang out with my homies. I got to hang out with those dogs, man. We got to spend some money, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to party so hard, bro. You are losing yourself. You are losing yourself. I'm glad I've never done those such things. I'm not judging, but I just laugh at some look, man. Try not to be stereotyping, but I do laugh at some people because I see how many people are lost. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Amka is here, is to direct you. You know what I'm saying? So when you get your money, you're trying to spend it to the people that you wanted to impress. And bad thing is, those people, if you're getting sick today or tomorrow, bro, only 1 out of 10 that can come and that can even give you a cold. You know what I'm saying? So that's the meaning, that's the definition of finding yourself. If you ever wonder why people keep on talking about, I need to find myself, I need to get on my feet, I need to be me, I need to do the best things that I can do, you know what I'm saying? Because people want to be the best versions of themselves. That's the meaning of finding yourself. You need to find yourself. Don't get lost. Don't go so easy. Don't be an easy peasy dude, an easy peasy girl that's going to get down for little things. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You are procrastinating, and once you grow, you realize that time is the most precious thing in the world. Without time, you can't do anything. The more you grow, you have kids, you become more responsible. I mean, you understand that, damn, if I knew this about time, then I was gonna do magic. And when you are 20 years old, 22, 23, 24, 25, up to 30, I mean, those are the best moments you can do the best out of yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you are 50, man, you can die at any time, you know? I mean, do the best while you can. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, I got to do things later on. Why? If you have the opportunity of doing things now, then do them now. Don't wait for the perfect moment to arrive. It's never gonna come. Time is always perfect. Time is always ticking, tick tock. You know what I'm saying? So point number 2, it's all about finding yourself. If you don't know how to find yourself, man, be yourself. Do things that matter to you the most. You know, think and grow rich. Stop procrastinating. You know, do the most necessary things only. Don't do some unnecessary activities. They are wasting your time. And if you focus 2 years, 3 years of finding yourself in a dark way, you will find out that you've done a lot in a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? That's point number 2. All right. Point number 3. It's all about being pragmatical. Being pragmatical. So I'll tell you a story. Uh, there is a brother of mine. He was coming in the shop one day, and he was reading this book, and I was super curious to find out what was the book about, because I'm always curious about that. I don't know, my curiosity, I hope one day it's not gonna turn into bad things, but sometimes you got to be curious, because it's even written in the Proverbs that if you see something, you shouldn't ignore it. Those people that ignore things, they will definitely die poor. And those people that they see things and they want to follow up, they will always be successful in that way, because knowledge, you can't be successful without knowledge. You need to know first to have faith. You need to know first to do something, to accomplish something. If you don't know, some people call it luck, but it's never luck. They tried. You know what I'm saying? So he was reading the book, and I was really curious to find out what's the title of the book and who's the author of the book. And I found out that book was The Science of Getting Rich. Damn. Science of Getting Rich. Yes, if you scroll down on my video there is 5 books that I made, like the best books that I've read. And Science of Getting Rich is my number 1 book. I love that book so much. And the first word, when you just start reading the book, the first word they say, this book is pragmatical, not philosophical. That's the first word. You know what I'm saying? This book is pragmatical, not philosophical. And point number 3, man, if you want to be the best entrepreneur of your entire life, you got to be pragmatic. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to define pragmatism in word, it's a science of combining your idea and action and exercising so that they can bring up something that you always dream about. You know what I'm saying? Pragmatism. Science of combining your thoughts, your ideas, and actions together so that you can bring up something valuable, something that you've been dreaming of. And that's the key of Science of Getting Rich. Most people are overthinker. Some weeks ago, my boss just told me, like, you know what? You've been procrastinating all this time. It took you 3 years to open a YouTube channel. I just stay quiet. And I'm like, you are right. It took me 3 years to open a YouTube channel. It took me 3 years to do the things that I love to do. You know what I'm saying? To deliver the stuff that I like to deliver. You know what I'm saying? And it really took me 3 years. And before the 3 years is, I quit social media. I quit. I remember I quit social media like for a year. Like, I was having a smartphone just like for family purposes and work, And then I said to myself that I want to figure out, like, where am I going with myself? You know what I'm saying? That's the question of finding myself, And I was like, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna quit all this self-destruction. I'm almost 30 and trying to figure out, like, what to do, with my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you start to bring those kind of thoughts, sometimes you think like a lot of people are ahead of you. But the thing is, like, everyone is manning up with his own problem. You know what I'm saying? So I quit social media, and I find out that I used to be more creative when it comes to creating content, small content like this, I even remember 2 days ago, I told my friends like I was going down on my gallery, and I told my friends, look, this is the things I started to create before I opened my YouTube channel. If you scroll down on my Instagram, you'll find so many quotes I used to create on my Canva. So many quotes. And people used to pretend to love those things. People used to pretend to not loving those things, but they did. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember like 3 months ago, quotes, the one that I was writing on my tweets. Excuse me, everybody. Like if you have me on Twitter, man. Sometimes you see like the tweets are coming 2 seconds after 2 seconds. At least Joe tweeted. At least Joe tweeted. Bree, 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 bree. That's because something is in me and I need to share it. You know what I'm saying? And I find out that those are the things that I love to do. I love to create those kind of things, and they make me express myself. You know what I'm saying? So when I quit social media, and I was like, I need to do something for myself. You know, I wasn't even planning of opening a YouTube channel. I mean, it's never in me, but due to the expressions that I have, if you check my Spotify, Amka podcast on Spotify, I will drop the link below. Or if you go to the About, you can check there on our podcast. You can listen to us daily. There is Amka podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. If you see the first episode I dropped, like that was in February last year, February. And that is like a year after I was creating quotes on my social medias and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, if you see like how much time it took me to do what I wanted to do. I mean, it was like all the time a question, a scrutiny question. I mean, like wondering, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. And that's because I wasn't so pragmatical. I was so overthinking. I was an overthinker. But once I became more pragmatical, taking the things that in my head, putting them on the paper like this, and delivering them to you, automatically you become pragmatical. And you know what? This content is going to pay, because once you are monetized on YouTube, your contents are paying. People are getting paid just because of creating. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the science of getting rich taught me. I was like a 28 and I'm like, science of getting rich. Let me be curious in reading this book. You know, this book is not pragmatic, it's not philosophical. This book is pragmatical, it's not philosophical. I mean, pragmatismo, a science of practicing. Practicing what? Your idea, which derives from Latin. Pragmatismo. You need to have a science of practicing your ideas. If you don't practice your idea, you're never going to be rich. Okay. How does the rich get rich? They sell the service to other people. You know what I'm saying? You have a farm, you sell vegetables to people in town, and they buy that vegetables. Those vegetables help them to different stores and factories and stuff like that. And automatically you make profits out of the service that you are doing, right? You have a school, you providing lessons, you providing courses, and people are paying you to teach them. I mean, you providing your service, you sell your service, and you get money, you get benefits from your services, and that's how you make a lot of money. So by doing that, you become more pragmatic. All right, the idea that you have, you're transforming them, you're exercising them, and you sell to people, and then people are paying you for the value of what you are selling to them. You see, and this is the biggest mistake most people they are doing. Like, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, but you become an overthinker. Becoming an entrepreneur, you don't need to be an overthinker. For sure, if you don't have enough tools to become the person you want to become, all right, ask for help. Ask for help. If I don't have anything, I ask for help. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest secret. You're gonna be there like overthinking, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Okay, but you know what the billionaire Oprah Winfrey once said? If you look around and count the things that you have, you will see you have enough. And if you don't look of the thing, and if you don't look at the things that you don't have, you will see you don't have enough. This is so powerful. You know what I'm saying? So people count more negativity than positivity. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I need a camera to start. First of all, I was like, I need a good microphone to start a podcast. And my girlfriend was like, you don't need those fancy microphones. Just do it. And I'm like, how am I going to do with that microphone? Bro, I found out that my phone can record the best sound ever. You know? Why? Because I didn't know that. Like, I was lack of knowledge, bro. I'm using a powerful smartphone, but I don't know how to use it. You see? I was like, damn. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I was dumb at that time. And I had to lay by these expensive microphones, and they didn't even help. And after 2 months, I sold back the microphones cheaper than I bought it, you know? So, first of all, we need to know. We need to know. You can't do things if you don't know. You can't have faith if you don't know. You first need to know, right? If you don't know, then you got to be curious. You got to ask. You got to learn. You got to read. Just to find out, you need to know. You know what I'm saying? And from there on, I started to record my podcast, you know? Well, the audio podcast wasn't really that huge things because people are getting fed. People are getting tired of listening. They want to see. And then from then on, I'll be like, damn, okay. People want to see, and that pushed me to create a YouTube channel, bro. A YouTube channel, you know. I didn't create the YouTube channel in purpose of conquering the world. No, it's just in the purpose of transmitting my service, transmitting what I have. You know what I'm saying? It's not a competition. No, it's not. It's about me delivering what I see you need. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts small. I quit social media just to figure out, and here I am today. I'm still in the journey. You know what I'm saying? So this has got to teach you, if you want to be the best entrepreneur, if you want to be the best version business owner that you want to become, you need to be more pragmatical. Use the science of pragmatism to make things happen. Otherwise, you're just gonna be an overthinker. And being an overthinker is not gonna help you do anything. You can only make that things happen if you do. If you don't do, and nothing is going to happen your way. You're gonna think, you're gonna have imaginations. You're thinking about, yeah, I'm gonna be successful, man. But at the end of the day, bro, it's done. You are not, because you were thinking. You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So be more pragmatical. Not an overthinker. Yeah. If I can put it in that way. Don't be an overthinker. Be more pragmatic. All right? Point number 4, what I've learned from entrepreneurs and the mistakes that most entrepreneurs need to avoid is To do things, you need a certain things called inspiration. Everybody was inspired. Everyone was inspired to get up in bed. You need to think like how my day is going to be. To sleep, you need to think how can I make tomorrow be a better day than today? Or if today was a better day, how can I keep that same energy? I know with different people that we meet, different occasion, different circumstances, it's very hard. But the least you can do is to try your best. You know what I'm saying? Try your best to make tomorrow a better day than yesterday, or if it was yesterday was better, trying to keep that same positive energy. And to do that, you need inspiration. You need inspiration to create a business. You need inspiration to create a good music. You need inspiration to create a great design. You need inspiration to create a good paint. You need inspiration to create almost everything. You need to sit down, to think, to get inspired, to get boosted so that you can come up with great ideas and say, boom, all right, I'm inspired. I'm going to do this. And what I found is people are not inspired. So many people are not inspired. I once asked 3 people in a row, what's your biggest inspiration? And then the question was like, oh, what do you mean? What's the most influential, inspirational person who inspired your life in terms of success, in terms of business, in terms of idea, in terms of thinking, in terms of so many things? Who's that person that inspired you the most? Yeah. If you ask me that question, I will tell you my number one inspiration is God. My second inspiration is my mom and my father. They are literally like me, man. They are God, because I pray God every day. My mom, because my mom used to give me the best advices ever since I was a kid. She was there for me as a mother. My father used to be criticizing people. Like, I do that sometimes, but I call it constructive criticism, because it takes both rain and sun for a flower to grow. You know what I'm saying? If you don't accept criticism, then do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. You need to accept criticism, because criticism for me is kind of a survey. What you do wrong, people want to correct you. And sadly, most people don't like that, but that's the only way to grow. All right? Criticism is a way up. That's your way up. If you don't believe in that, from now you got to believe it. And if you don't have any criticism, means like you're still down. You don't need to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because look, if you become like the best rapper in the world, it's gonna be debatable. Like Drake right now is debatable. Kanye West, Tupac Shakur, Jay-Z. It's debatable, because people will be like, no, he is, people people criticizing him. It doesn't mean like they hate, but they see like, you don't do this. Well, sadly also, we human beings, we can never do anything we wanted to do. There is always those things we will never going to be in control of them. But the least you can do is to try your best. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point, all right, of inspiration. You can't do things if you're not inspired. People are not inspired. People are not ambitious. People are not. Like, so many people want to make things happen. keep on putting the things in the head and in the heart that I'm gonna do this, but at the end of the day, you are not inspired. At the end of the day, you are not ambitious. So how are you going to make it if you're not ambitious? If you're not inspired, like how are you going to make it? It's not gonna happen. You just keep on overthinking while it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So stop being an overthinker and start create great things. Stop being an overthinker. Be inspired. Read more. Challenge yourself. Find out. Asking questions. Go to the people that they've made it. Ask them how they did it. And this is why I even brought this series of interviewing business owners and entrepreneurs. How was their journey? And my first questions is always about what's your inspiration behind your business? Who inspired you? Where did you get your inspiration? Because things will never happen without an inspiration. And if you have an inspiration of something, means you're gonna do it with your heart. And if you do something with your heart, bro, I'm guaranteeing you 80% of that things is a success already, because you do the things that you love the most. You will never going to do things you love the most without inspiration. You got to be inspired. You got to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration. Get an inspiration. Sometimes as content creator, we lack of inspiration. You just see like you sit in the bed for 1 hour, just trying to create something, trying to come up with ideas, but you see, boom, there is no ideas, bro. Like, there is no idea. There is no inspiration. But when you wake up, you read a book, you listen to a podcast, maybe of a friends, scroll down, go to those biggest people that have changed the world, that they've changed the way of thinking, and automatically you become inspired. I like it when I put on my headset, listening to some stuff. Japanese, Africans, South American, Europeans, everyone in the world, they inspired you. You become inspired. You know what I'm saying? And by becoming inspired, you can create wonder. You can create magic, But to create those things, you need to be more pragmatical. Transforming those ideas into action, and then boom, explosion. All right, you need inspiration. You need to be more pragmatical. You need to find yourself in a good way. Stop hanging around with everybody, because you cannot please anyone. It's never gonna happen, You need to define success in your way. Success is depend of what you are capable of doing, your strength, and your weaknesses, and your desire, and your way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And the fifth one and my last one is going to be environment. When you are born, I believe everybody can be an entrepreneur, because if you're trying to define an entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, which derived from French, it means entreprendre, which means undertaking, which means ability of doing something. You know what I'm saying? You can't call yourself an entrepreneur if you can't do something. Even if you inherit something from your family, grandparent, father, or husband, or whatever, to be a great entrepreneur, to be a great business man or a woman, you need to do something. You can't just be a boss of pointing fingers or telling people what to do while you can't even do a thing. Don't be like most football coaches. They talk strategies and tactics, but they've never been on the field. Some of them, not all of them, you know what I'm saying? So you need to learn how to be a good entrepreneur. And sadly, the environment that changes all these things. I believe everybody was born with that skill of becoming the best entrepreneur that you could, But growing up in that environment, it's like slowing your brain down. It's bringing up more direction of just like you're not gonna find yourself. You're just gonna lose yourself, But it's not the end of the world. Once you realize that you can't do things in those directions that they directed you, you have the choices of controlling your destination. You know what I'm saying? You can be in those ways, but if you're finding out already that you are going in the wrong way, you have the right to relax and come back and take a right direction. If you see you live in an environment where like people are not really successful, like this quote says, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you what your future is. You know what I'm saying? By just seeing the people that you're hanging around with, some people can judge you. Some people can already produce results because they see you are going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But if you see you already going nowhere and you're still in that way, then what you gotta do is take a break, breathe in and out, and focus on yourself and leave that environment that is changing you in a bad way and find yourself liberty, freedom, liberating yourself from the bad spirit, from the bad area, from the bad environment where you can't do things that you want to do. And try your best. I always say, for me, my number one secret for success is to be in my own skin, to be where I can think rightly, because once I think correctly, I create correctly, and if I create correctly, I can make the best correctly. To think properly is to create. You know what I'm saying? So find yourself a place where you can think properly. Find yourself a place where you can do things in a good way. And those things, they will help you in the future, instead of being in an environment where like you can't do things. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot to talk. Next week I'm gonna drop another live because last week I dropped 2 videos. Next week I'm gonna drop 2 videos. So far it's 4 episodes that I've interviewed people, and we're gonna take even to 20 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Until we grow. If you see this live, please like it for me. Please, I'm begging you. Press a like button there. If you can, share it on your social media. I'm asking for a favor. This is a secret of growing. You need to ask for help. What I'm doing right now. Share it on your WhatsApp. Share it on your Facebook. Share this live on your Twitter, on your Instagram. People can see, it might not inspire you, but somebody else need it. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of sharing. Like this video, bro, like this live. Just press a button like, share it for me, and it's gonna help us grow, bro. Like, we're still underdogs, but we need to grow, and we can only grow if we help each other. You know what I'm saying? So those are 5 mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur. Number 1, you can define definition of success in any way, on your way, not letting everybody telling you this is how you become successful. Yeah, for sure, you can take tips from them, but you can't really copy them from scratch. You know what I'm saying? And number 2, it's finding yourself. You need to learn how to find yourself. I mean, do things that please you. Don't do things to please other people. Know your weaknesses and your strength, you know. Number three is you got to be more pragmatical. I mean, if you want to be rich, start to transforming your ideas into actions. You know what I'm saying? Actions speak louder than word. You know what I'm saying? And number four, you need to find an inspiration. If you don't have an inspiration, read. 80% of us, we don't read, like especially as African. Not only African, but now new generation, we don't read. And this is why I like classic books. I read books from 80s, from 70s, and once you read those books, you find so much inspiration. What which is the world of right now is hiding them. You know, like the richest man in Babylon. You know, the science of getting rich was created in 1928. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So nowadays, authors, what they do is selling books, writing books to sell books to become the best sellers. They don't write books anymore to make your life change, to change your life. No, what they do is they write books so that they can sell books. You know what I'm saying? They don't create self-help content anymore. If you want the real self-help content, you got to go back before 20s, before the 21st centuries. You know what I'm saying? And number five, it's the environment. If the environment doesn't flourish, doesn't blossom, you need to change your environment. You need to liberate yourself. You need to find yourself a freedom of thinking, because thinking properly is creating wealth. You know what I'm saying? That's it for me. Episodes 3 or 4 is dropping next week. I'm gonna try my best to drop 2 episodes per week. And don't forget to hit the button subscribe, activate the bell notification. If you are watching this, please, the bell notification, just click that bell notification and activate for all. Like this video and press the button share on your social media, please. And I can't thank you enough. See you next time. Yeah, all right, have a good Sunday. Bye bye.